KEET TV presents Homework Hotline, the after-school show that fuses learning with fun. Watch local teachers bring the classroom on air and online. This is Homework Hotline.
Welcome to Homework Hotline. My name's Pam Halstead, and I taught science at Fortuna High School. And I'm so excited about this show because here I have a student from Fortuna High School who was involved in a club that I started back in 1989, which is a really cool club. It's called Creeks, actually Creeks Club. Yeah, we both got
our shirts on.
We're wearing our shirts, we're repping. Very nice. And you are the president.
I am.
Of the
yes.
club. What do you do as a president?
As a president, I'm in charge of facilitating multiple different events and just connecting to our whole school. And
I've heard that you do a lot of, and this is Marisa Sears, sorry if I've not said that. You initiate stuff on your own. You know, I know there are advisors for this club, and I was an advisor at one point. And but it's wonderful to have a person like you who just takes the bull by the horns, so to speak, and does stuff without do I have to do this or whatever? You know, you take charge, so it's awesome.
Yeah, I try to.
Yeah, that's wonderful. You are also a senior?
I am. Yes, I'm graduating.
So cool.
1 week from tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. And you have applied to college, and You're going where?
I'm going to Cal Poly in San Luis Obispo.
Nice. And your major?
Biology.
That was mine as well. Yeah. I went to Humboldt State, which is now known as Cal Poly Humboldt, which is a little amazing. I mean, it's hard to wrap your head around. That's a big change.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's so cool. And you are interested in science.
Yes, in medicine specifically.
Yes. So you're working in a vet clinic now?
I am, yeah. That's what I've been doing for about a year now.
That's great. That's great because, you know, the more that you guys out there who are interested in a certain thing, maybe for a career, it's really important to be exposed to it.
It is.
Especially something like a science or something as intense as you're interested in, maybe going into surgery perhaps. Because that's a big thing. I mean, it's almost like for some people that's like spiders. Scary, just plain old scary, the sight of blood and all that. But anyway, we're off the subject. Let's get back to the Creeks Club. This is awesome. And we have another former member, former ex-student of Fortuna High School. Yay! Yeah, that was
1997.
Awesome. Yeah.
A little while ago.
Oh, just a little while ago. This is Marisa, this is Amy.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's very cool. Well, so the Creeks Club can you tell us about, because you guys are standing there and it looks like you have a bunch of bags around. What does that mean?
Yes, so Creeks Club is an environmental club at Fortuna High, and we recycle. We're in charge of the recycling program here at Fortuna High. We clean up trash in our community on campus, and we teach our students how to live a sustainable life in the environment. So these pictures here, we have a bunch of bags. This is after one of our recycling days. We recycle every Wednesday. We go around to each of the classrooms and collect their recycling, and then we sort it, and about once a month we take it up to sometimes Crescent City. Up until recently, we started going to Arcata, and we collect.
Oh yes, which has opened a new recycling center, which is fantastic.
Yes, finally.
You don't have to drive all that way. Yeah, that's great. Once you'll keep going, just one sec though. I was going to ask about Sunnybray Middle School. Do you guys have recycling?
We do. They started the whole where they have the compost and then they put all the signs on it, and then the recycling, put all the signs on it, and just say if it doesn't work for either, then have the trash can next to it.
Oh, good.
And it's all like locked up so no one could take it, and it has like pictures of everything.
Oh,
so
that's
kids don't get
very helpful.
Confused.
Yeah.
That just started probably in the last few weeks, so it's really exciting.
Oh my gosh,
Carson's
that's so
in
exciting.
charge of all our food stuff, and then he does it for like other places in Arcata
Is that like
as
the
well.
cafeteria person?
Yeah, he's just in charge of like not just art. You know, when they're giving food to everyone during all the pandemic, like that kind of stuff, and just overarching in Arcata, things like that. So yeah, it's super cool. Yes,
great.
It's helpful if you get pictures, especially middle school or all humans. If
it
you're
doesn't
like,
matter.
What does this fit?
Wait, now hold on. This is a perfect time to talk about what we have in front here.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have we have items here which are related to recycling, and you guys made a video on this, right?
We did. We made about about a 30-second video a couple of months ago to explain to the students at our school how to properly recycle, because we just started our recycling program this January, and people didn't really know how to properly recycle.
No.
So people were throwing things like this here into the recycling, and that's just not recyclable. So,
yeah, which is confusing, because if you look at the bottom, there's a little recycling thing that shows you that it is recyclable. However,
it's really not.
It's really not, and that's surprising to people, because they think, oh, and then this straw, not good.
Not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
For one thing, it's just, you could get one that's reusable, right?
Yeah, you can, like metal.
Yeah, okay, so here's the not recyclable and not reusable. What do we have that is reusable?
So reusable is this metal water bottle. You can fill this up however often you drink water, and this is really sustainable for the environment, and it helps, not pollute the earth with plastic water bottles.
Yeah, for sure. And then you don't need a straw. You can just sip it out of there.
There's a little straw that's
clean it.
reusable.
Yeah, it's deep in there, yeah. So that's a wonderful alternative.
Yeah.
And then these two items, what can you say about them?
So these two are both recyclable. This is aluminum, this is plastic. They're both recyclable. They do get recycled into different sections so that they can go with their own materials, but they're both recyclable.
They are.
Do you need to rinse it, I was going to say, first, or does it matter? Or just at least dump all the liquid out?
At least dump all the liquid out.
Okay.
And then, what does it say on the top of this?
Yeah, on the top of it, it says that you can recycle with the cap on, but you really can't. We like to take it, you can, but if you take it off, you get more money for it.
Oh, yeah, that's super. That's good to know. Because, that's good. So this isn't recyclable, then, this little cap, at least where you take it?
Where we take it, no, it's not.
Okay, maybe it is somewhere. Like, they have all these commercials now about recyclable, like these plastic bottles are like, we want them all to be, the whole thing to be recyclable. Well, you just got to find out from your local place whether it should
and just ask what they take there.
Yeah,
specifically.
absolutely. Yeah. That's great. So not only does recycling give a good example to other students, and also give them an opportunity to contribute in this really good and sustainable way, as you said, but it also makes money.
It does, yes. Yeah. So we take it, like I said, about once a month to the recycling unit here in Arcata or in Crescent City. And we use the money that we earn to reinvest back into Creeks Club so that we can buy things like pickers or trash bags.
Pickers.
Yes.
This is one I have in the back of my car, because, it's important if you're around in a place and you want to pick something up and you don't want to get your hands touching it. Yeah.
So we have a bunch of those pickers for Creeks Club that we use. Every other Friday we have cleanups on campus, and we use these pickers. So that's where how we use our money from recycling, is to reinvest back into Creeks Club.
That's so cool. And do you guys wear vests or anything?
We do at our other cleanups that we partner with Pack Out Green Team.
Yes.
And the River Life Foundation.
Move to the next slide. Oh, look at this. Great. Okay, this is a cool slide, because this is the trip when you had to go to Crescent City. And it looks like you guys are kind of filled up to the brim.
We are filled up to the brim. And if you can see, there's that little unit up on top of the car.
Oh,
and
like a Yakima rack or something.
Yes, and we filled that whole thing up with recycling as well.
Oh my gosh. That is great, because you have to spend the gas money, right? I mean, so some of your money's going into just getting back and forth. That's the other great thing about having it here.
Yes. Is we would have to spend all that money to go up to Arcata, but now it's in Arcata. So
yeah. Right now it's
less with the gas prices going up. It's probably helpful too.
So this is the education, and then the whole thing about, you think in a school that everybody'd be on board with this, but some people aren't necessarily, like some teachers aren't quite prepared, but you guys help them out, right?
Yeah, there was a few different buildings that had 0 recycling bins, and we provided them with all the classrooms with recycling bins. And now they're our top producers, I guess.
Oh, that's super.
Yeah.
And I remember back when I was teaching that just getting people to do that without putting trash in it is huge. And it makes all the difference, because otherwise you're spending half your time getting some gross stuff out of there.
And we still do have to do that.
Oh, I'm sure you do. Yeah.
It's nice too if you have it next to a trash can. So typically then, that just helps a little bit sometimes, because then there's a spot where like, I don't have anywhere to put this, I'll put it in here, but then I'll go put it, I don't know if that helps at all.
Well, do you have them close together? Or
we do. Yeah, we have about 3 different bins that are all in most classrooms. There's the paper bin, the recycling bin, and the trash bin.
Yeah.
That's helpful.
That is super helpful. Yeah. Yay, 100%. Cool. There is, oh my gosh, and then you guys, you said you did cleanups with Paco Green Team, which we'll get to, but what's this about?
So our campus cleanups, we just started these about 2 years ago, and every other Friday we hold 30-minute campus cleanups where we pick up trash all over our community, or all over our campus, and yeah, it's been a great turnout for the last 2 years.
It also makes students aware of how much stuff just gets dropped or I don't. What's your
or
campus
blows
like?
around?
Blows around. Could blow, and also birds like to go into trash cans and pick stuff out. Yeah. But I mean, is it? Do you have trash
Medium.
running around?
I mean, it's some kids are really good about cleaning up. Some kids even go and clean up other people's stuff, and then some. It's just a variety of humans.
That's the normal thing. Yeah. There's people who are dedicated, and other people who don't really care, I guess, or don't even think about it.
I don't really think about it. Yeah, they're just like, oh.
It makes them more aware, though, especially if you guys made a video, right?
Yes, we did. We've made multiple videos trying to tell kids to pick up their own trash.
Yeah.
And it's actually really made a big difference.
Have you noticed?
We have, yeah. There's a lot less trash on campus. I mean, there is every other Friday, there's trash. But there's a lot less than there used to be.
Because, I mean, it was daily, seriously daily. You remember CA building at Fortuna High? And that's like a big building, and that was the place where it seemed like the worst trash was by far. Because people sit on benches, and they eat during snacks, during breaks.
During our breaks, Yeah. Yeah. Also on our tennis courts, there's like a wind tunnel type of thing, and they get stuck all in the wire all around the tennis courts.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's good to know where to go to the places to get the best bang for your buck in terms of cleanup.
Yeah.
Cool. So more cleanup, but let's go to the other cleanup thing. So you are partnering with local groups, which is really cool. So you are able to, as the president, keep track of who's, or the advisor tells you, whichever. Both. Yeah. Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So we partner with both the River Life Foundation and with Paco Green Team.
Paco Green Team vest on.
Pam has a vest here.
I have a vest. I will put my vest on. Okay. It's fun. It's like the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. You get the badges. So I know what the heck. And actually, Mrs. Bees, who is the advisor, the main advisor for.
You should show your back too, because it says like.
Does it say? There we go. There it is. Yay! Back out Green Team. And there's little like pockets that have. She has like really cool stuff you can see through. It's like this pocket that you can. It's transparent.
Yeah. Rocks
and lovely things. Anyway, yeah. So. These are the badges you can get. But I mean, it's, whoa. I think that's maximum at this point, but there's going to be the forever patch, I think, eventually. It's just your whole life.
I love that, yeah.
All the way from birth to death, picking up trash. No, it's good. So, yes, Paco Green Team, what is helpful about them, that group?
They have made a huge impact on our county. I mean, the last, I think, 5 or 6 years they've been around. Mm-hmm. Every Saturday they pick up trash for about 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Or it's 90 minutes sometimes. Mm-hmm. And they pick up trash, and it's made a huge impact.
Yeah, I agree with you, because have you ever done?
I haven't, but I've seen your posts on Facebook.
Oh, yeah. It's no problem at all.
But I mean, it's just like awesome. Yeah, it's super awesome.
It is good because we go to, or Pack Out goes to places where there is, people like to recreate and be outdoors, and beaches and things like that. You do like the
Hickshire Trail sometimes.
Yes, for sure, and the trail. So there's that other thing called volunteer trail stewards, and
is that overlap? Okay.
Well, it's a different group.
Okay, but they do like also clean up and
absolutely, yeah. So they do clean up as well. So, but wait, and you said also River Life Foundation.
Yes, the River Life Foundation is based in Fortuna, and they have a cleanup once a month, and they go to multiple different places in one day, all in Fortuna, to pick up trash. They're typically homeless camps, and they've also made a huge impact in Fortuna alone.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And there is a little trail actually in Fortuna that wasn't there before that's kind of cool, that goes under the highway, I think. Like when you're going in the
not
main
River
street.
Walk? Oh, no, this is somewhere
No,
else.
it's
Oh.
you're going, so you're taking the Main Street exit, and then it's right to your right, directly to your right.
Oh,
You know
yes,
that one?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Do you ever go down there?
I don't,
Oh, no, I
no.
just wondered if the River Life Foundation did. But do they do like river cleanups as well, or cleanups near the water?
We do it at the River Walk and then along the Eel River. There's a few other places that we go, like behind the Round Table, and we do a few different places.
And there's always places like for when I was doing it, it was like behind Safeway. That was a definite place in Fortuna where there would be stuff to pick up. And that's good. And it's also good in partnering with law enforcement, because law enforcement can warn people that that's going to be happening and whether they want to participate or, which is really nice.
It's been nice having them.
Cool. No, it is. It's safety as well.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, I'm going to move on to, and then you guys used the money to do and educational trips.
We did, yeah. So this
At the
was
dunes?
about, we went to the
Yes.
Samoa wetlands and dunes about maybe a month or two ago, and we had a guided tour, like guided walk tour.
So cool that just the environment, how it's different there. I got to do that too also. I
Yeah,
learned
it
so
is.
much because it's
It's
just
so
so
amazing.
different than just you walk in the forest, you're on that beach.
And it blows your mind to see the dunes. They're so freaking huge. They're huge and just incredible. Yeah.
There's so many different types of environments in that just small area. It's so crazy.
It is. Like there's a little forest area.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it's the sand, and you're like, I was just in the
the
forest.
moss and the things that grow are so different than if you just
They
like walk through
are.
like say Sequoia Park or something like that. It's just so different because of the climate there.
That's true. And the plants have to endure sandy soil, which is really rough because the water just flows through that much faster than it does in a soil that has more clay.
Yeah.
So, they're specialized.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting. It's all in the same like town or county or whatever.
Yes,
We
have such diverse areas here. It's amazing. Yeah. I know you can go to mountains, or what sort of mountains, like hilly mountains. I mean, not far. Just go up to 99
and
or
just even
36.
this climate versus like just a forest you walk on Nottaway, like Redwood Park. I mean, those kind of just community forests versus the ocean forests kind of.
Right. I know. Exactly. So you did that, and then I hear you guys did another really cool thing.
Yes, so at the end of every year, we do what's called a creeks trip. And this year, we went to Humboldt Bay and we went kayaking. And so we had a little tour about all the history of Humboldt Bay and the Woodley Island, and it was so cool.
What did you
and
feel?
beautiful.
Have you ever been kayaking on the bay before?
No, I've been kayaking before, but not on Humboldt Bay.
What was that
beautiful.
like for you when you got in the kayak and were there?
It was amazing. It was like super sunny, but then when we went around under the bridge, it was a little bit wavy, and so we were like paddling really hard.
And windy, probably.
Oh yeah. It was fun.
I just thought when I got on the kayak and got there, just the size of the bay is so much bigger than when you're just looking at it from off
Exactly.
You're like, word, this is huge. Yeah. Oh, that's great. That's also you're able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. You have picked up the trash. That trash is gone, so you're able to enjoy the lovely area that you're in, and so. Wow.
Yeah.
It's just totally great. Wait, I want to go back to a slide that was kind of at the beginning, which was the Creeks of Fortuna, because I just kind of wanted to say how that, wait, where it is? There it is, okay. So Amy is familiar with, are you familiar with the Creeks of Fortuna? Because you grew up in...
not. I mean more like Hydesville.
Hydesville, right.
Not that I wasn't in Fortuna.
Did you grow up in Fortuna?
I did.
Yeah, okay. But it's one thing to grow up in a place and then be aware of what it's a different. So the main body of water there's the Eel River, as you know, and there's a group called Friends of the Eel River, and another. Let me, before I say that, you see all those like veiny things coming down too? Those are the creeks that feed the river, and those are called tributaries. So the one that runs behind the high school is Roner Creek.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool, named after a guy, I can't remember, Henry Roner or something like that. And then the biggest creek is Strong's Creek, which is at the headwaters. Actually, Headwaters Forest is at the top of that. And then I'm mentioning this tributaries thing because Van Dusen River, if you go further south, is a tributary of the Eel River. Okay. So there are two groups. One's called Friends of the Eel River, and the other one's called Friends of the Van Dusen River, and they're working on trying to restore the rivers to what they were. It's rough in both those rivers because they have something called pike minnow, which is a kind of fish that, holy mackerel. They started
live in like mud.
Yeah.
I mean, they can live in like warm and no oxygen.
Warm, good for them. But salmon, it's very bad for. Actually, Miss Spies, if she was here, would be able. She is here. She would be able to talk about that with her steelhead in the classroom or.
So you want to restore,
Yeah, you're trying to make it so that it's a better environment for it. You want to make it deeper.
More oxygenated, colder. Yeah, that's what you get when it's deeper.
It's true.
When there's more water not being diverted or by drought, yes.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we're going to keep going now to an actual quiz that I got from a group called Brain Pop. Have you ever used that before? Is it Brain Pop? Did I even say it right? Hold on.
Sounds cool.
It is. Brain Pop Recycle Quizzes. Okay, so, all right. Well, let's trade off. You start, and you read the thing, and then you guys decide together or separately. Okay. I don't care. You stick with your whatever. Okay, go.
Why do plastic identification numbers exist?
That is on these guys, like 1, 2, 3, 4.
To help determine how many people use different types of plastic products, to identify the factories where plastic products are manufactured, to help people separate different types of recyclable plastics, to determine which regions of the country use which plastic products the most.
What do you think?
C.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with C as well.
But you got it. You're right. Good for you. Good job.
For some other things.
No, it's true though, because some stuff is used for making like carpet, and some stuff is used for making like plastic, other stuff with plastic. Yeah. And you can't use this for, and this is probably best for making more bottles.
Yeah.
Rather than other things. So yeah, there's many different kinds of plastic. So, all right, good job, you guys. All right.
Want to read now?
All right, sure. Okay. Which is the correct order for the recycling of aluminum? A, it's liquefied, then shredded, then cast into ingots.
Yes.
B, it's cast into ingots, then shredded, then liquefied. C, it's liquefied, then cast into ingots, then shredded. D, it's shredded, then liquefied, then cast into ingots.
Yeah, what the heck? What an ingot is what is like a big slab of aluminum.
Okay.
I think
What do you think?
D.
You think what, B?
No, I thought D, but
I had to look it up. You think D? What do you think?
Shredded, so it gets smaller to get liquefied,
Surface
to then
area,
get it to like spread out into that
It
thing you're
is
talking
D.
about.
I had to look up the answer. Actually, I don't know
thinking
why.
like logically smaller and then
and then you
loud.
can fit way more of the aluminum into one space because you shred it into tinier pieces.
I did not
You're
know
right. You shred it, you liquefy it, you turn it into a block.
Once you said what the ingot was, I was like, oh wait,
it's a block. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here's the next one. Go.
Why do materials have to be sorted before they're recycled? A, because different materials are sent to different recycling facilities. B, because sorting allows you to play a role in the recycling process. C, because people who work at recycling facilities don't know how to sort.
Definitely that one.
D, because materials have to be recycled in the same state where they're produced.
What do you think?
Probably A.
Because different materials are sent to different recycling facilities. That's what I'm guessing. I did not actually take this quiz, but that's the only one that makes sense.
Yeah, the other ones don't.
The
That's
other
like
one,
process of
who cares?
elimination.
You want to play a role in it. As long as it's done, that's what matters, right?
Exactly.
You feel good about yourself.
In that same state,
Okay,
yeah.
I agree. I think you're right on. It's the first one. Okay.
That's where you deduct down to, like that's process of elimination.
No, that's how you have to do taking these tests. You know you took AP tests. Go.
Okay. What would most likely be contained in regular trash that isn't recycled? A, glass and plastic products. B, used toothpaste, tubes, and bandages. C, old newspapers and magazines. And D, aluminum cans.
I hope we get this right.
I think people might throw aluminum cans out more, but I don't know.
You think
it's an
trash,
accident?
though? Which one of those is trash?
That isn't recycled.
That isn't recycled.
Oh, like they use toothpaste and tubes and
That's
bandages.
it.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I didn't know
Bloody
the question. Maybe
bandages.
someone was
No good.
accidentally just like
No,
throwing
that's
it in
like
there.
hospital trash and like.
We don't want to.
No, we don't want that.
We don't want that.
Do not.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Why does paper need to be treated before it is recycled? Because it might contain deadly diseases. Because recycled paper disintegrates if it isn't treated. Because inks and dyes need to be washed off before it can be reused.
I'm going to go with C.
Yeah, I think so.
I agree. C.
I think C. So it's
Perfect.
clean.
It is, exactly. All right, let's go.
Okay, which of the following is most similar to the process of recycling? A, bringing a reusable shopping bag to the grocery store. B, turning off the water while you brush your teeth. C, telling mail order companies to stop sending you catalogs.
Okay.
Probably A.
Yeah, I'm going to go with A.
Yeah, because you're reusing it, and recycling makes you. So
You
it
reuse
goes,
that material again.
yeah, there's like the 4 R's: refuse, don't use it at all; recycle, no, get it
Reduce,
right.
reuse,
reduce,
recycle?
yes,
Yes, reduce.
refuse,
That's a
reduce,
Jack Johnson
reuse,
song.
recycle. Thank you.
3
It's
R's.
a song. Can you sing it? No, I'm kidding. Don't worry about it. Okay, let's go to the next one. Here you go.
How is recycling aluminum different from recycling plastics? Aluminum can be recycled in a few hours. Recycling plastic takes several years. Plastic can only be recycled into other forms of plastic, while aluminum can be recycled into steel. Plastics have to be sorted carefully before recycling. This is not so for aluminum. Recycling plastics uses much less energy than recycling aluminum.
Yeah.
I would think
Or let's
it
do
has to be
elimination
sorted.
process.
Well, I would think it has to be sorted carefully because you're going to have to do it different based on different plastics. And you said that one doesn't even work.
That's right, and aluminum is aluminum.
So
As
it's
long
just
as
like,
not mixed
boom.
with
As long-
anything else. Yeah. it's
But I
just-
don't know. Does that sound right?
No, you're good. It sounds right to me. I'm saying it's right. No, so that's you can, by the way, it's really cool, the brain pop quiz thing. You can do all kinds of quizzes. So yeah, I think elementary and other levels of education. Okay,
right, this
there
is-
you go.
All right.
Go, Lisa.
Recycling diminishes the need for new raw materials. In the preceding sentence, what does diminishes mean? A, increases. B, eliminates. C, helps. D, reduces.
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 Yes,
definitely.
reduces,
Yeah.
diminishes, makes less. Very good. Okay, cool. And their example had a definition of diminishes, so I made a different little picture. I think the next one you'll probably be able to go ahead.
Which natural resource does recycling paper allow people to conserve? A, nuclear energy. B, solar energy. C, trees. D, hydroelectric power.
Trees.
Yay
Trees.
for trees.
Wood.
Otherwise, we
We
wouldn't have
love
any. We
trees.
love
We
trees
love
for so many reasons. I
Yes,
mean,
breathing.
prevents erosion, breathing. Oh my gosh, yes. All right, here we go. I think there's something.
Okay, what would most likely happen if there were no recycling? A, the planet would run out of fossil fuels more slowly. B, landfills would fill up faster. C, the price of oil would decrease. And D, global climate change would end.
Landfills
I would
would
say
fill up
B,
faster.
yeah.
Yes, and the picture they have is a
'cause we-
landfill. So yeah.
Because they're not putting it in recycling, they're putting it there. And
That's right.
yeah.
All
it's
the
just
recycling,
building
and
up.
I wish that there was more recycling, especially of this, because so much of that ends up in the wrong place. Yeah,
It does,
ends
yeah.
up in a landfill. So yeah. So I think we made the last one. Yay! Yay! That was awesome to have you on, Marisa. I'm so happy for you that you're going to study in a beautiful place, San Luis Obispo.
Yes.
Oh my
I'm
gosh!
so excited.
I know it's going to be
Yes.
fantastic. And Amy, this is hard to believe, but this is our last.
I know.
It's our last Homework Hotline show.
It is.
It's been forever for us.
17 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, Amy's had children through the show.
You're measuring my
It's
belly.
so cool, yeah. We have an awesome person to bring on right now, too. Here she comes, the advisor of the club. She doesn't have to say anything. She's going to stand here. Her name's JC Spees, and she's so cool because she's taking on the mantle of the creek. So we're really happy to have her. It's been great. Thank you so much. We are,
right.
yeah.
Thank
we're
you so much for tuning in.
Yes.
Thank you.
We'll miss you. I know. We'll miss each other too. See you.